Last week I listed my top 10 inaccuracies of the Jurassic Park series, but you may have noticed that I didn't include anything from Jurassic World Fallen Kingdom. There are a couple of reasons for that. One, I first wrote the list long before that movie's release. Two, even if I had written it today, neither it nor Jurassic World Dominion bring any new inaccuracies to the table that I noticed. And three, inaccuracies of that nature are the least of Fallen Kingdom's problems anyway. Yes, I should make it clear right from the start that I hate this worthless fucking movie. I have several reasons for such passionate hatred, including the characters being every bit as annoying as they were in the first Jurassic World, the CGI being just as unappealing and unconvincing, therefore robbing the dinosaurs of any grandeur, and its steadfast refusal to embrace the modern image of feathered dinosaurs. But I'm here today to focus on one aspect in particular, the abundant ways in which the script insults the audience's intelligence. This is seriously one of the most relentlessly stupid movies I've ever seen, and considering the original Jurassic Park was a clever and earnest work of science fiction, not to mention one of my favourite movies of all time, that's practically criminal. In that endless sea of stupidity, I've managed to whittle down my 10 most egregious examples. Now, I will be including some major spoilers here because some of my complaints revolve around pivotal story developments, so if you haven't seen Fallen Kingdom yet, actually I recommend you don't. And while we're on it, Jurassic World Dominion isn't really worth it either. With that said, get ready for me to unleash my frustration over this movie's greatest failures. These are my personal top 10 stupidest moments in Jurassic World Fallen Kingdom. Number 10, the opening. Some have praised the opening as an effective horror scene, but all I saw were some early warning signs. First of all, we saw the mosasaur eat the Indominus Rex at the end of Jurassic World, so why does its skeleton still look whole and intact? How are these people so stupid as to just assume that the mosasaur is dead by now? How much time is supposed to have passed? And why does that one guy not understand that the others are clearly signaling him to run because the T-Rex is behind him? That is one awkward way to start a movie. Number 9, the dinosaurs stop to fight. During the big volcanic eruption sequence, a Contreras faces off against a Sinoceratops, then turns its attention on the humans before being brought down itself by the T-Rex, which even stops long enough to give a big dramatic roar. That never sat right with me. Wouldn't all the dinosaurs, including the predators, be panicking and trying to get themselves to safety? Why are they stopping to fight each other? Don't they have bigger concerns? I don't know about you, but if I were trying to escape from an erupting volcano, I wouldn't stop to eat my sandwiches, no matter how hungry I was. Number 8, human cloning. This movie retcons the series with the addition of Benjamin Lockwood, who's apparently an old business partner of John Hammond, and his granddaughter Maisie, who turns out to be a clone of his daughter. Okay, firstly, it's a bit late to casually introduce human cloning this late in the series, especially as part of the backstory that hasn't been mentioned until now. Secondly, I don't know what's stupider, the idea that Lockwood poured a ton of money and company resources into a selfish personal project just because he couldn't get over the loss of his daughter, or the real truth that's later revealed in Dominion. Number 7, the cartoonish villains. There's no two ways about it. The villains in this movie seem straight out of a Saturday morning cartoon, perhaps mainly due to the puerile nature of the script as a whole. They kidnap and imprison people alongside dinosaurs without even batting an eyelid. Every time Rafe Spall's character Eli Mills was on screen, I was left thinking, okay, this movie was made for adults, right? All that was missing was a moustache for him to twirl. I'm including Ken Wheatley in this as well, because the scene where he turns against the heroes is so abrupt, so haphazard, that it feels incomplete. Number 6, where's Isla Sorna? All through this movie, they keep acting like the dinosaurs on Isla Nublar are the last of their kind. But wait a minute, what about Isla Sorna, Site B, where films 2 and 3 took place? Isn't there still a population of dinosaurs on that island? At one point, Lockwood directly quotes John Hammond from the end of The Lost World, confirming that that movie did happen, so clearly Site B does exist. When he reveals the plan to remove the dinosaurs from Isla Nublar and transport them to a brand new preserve, all I could think was, but you've already got one, Isla Sorna! Number 5, Wheatley goes in the cage. Towards the end, Ken Wheatley tranquilizes the Indoraptor, and then, like a dumbass, he actually enters its cage to take one of its teeth as a trophy. He doesn't call for backup or even watch the creature himself to make sure the dosage he used was high enough. I thought this guy was supposed to be an expert big game hunter. The moment he opened the cage door, I facepalmed hard. I knew exactly what was going to happen. But if that wasn't bad enough, a comedy routine ensues where the Indoraptor actually winks at the camera, opening its eyes when he's not looking. Number 4, Owen wriggles away from lava. Owen, still half paralyzed from a tranquilizer dart, sees a molten lava flow creeping towards him and actually drags himself limply away from it. Do I even have to explain this? Not only is the lava so close to him that the heat would be unbearable, hell, he actually touches it at one point, but it's just an embarrassingly silly looking image. This moment belongs in the pantheon of infamous illogical scenes, right up there with the fridge from Indiana Jones 4. It perfectly showcases how far the Jurassic Park movies have fallen and how they no longer care about any semblance of logic. Number 3, the operation. Now, on one hand, the scene where they extract the T-Rex's blood is possibly my favorite scene in the movie, simply because they actually used a full-size animatronic like in the first 3 movies. On the other hand, the reason they need the T-Rex's blood is for an operation to save Blue's life. I'm no medical expert, but it seems to me that transfusing blood between 2 entirely different species would do much more harm than good. It'd be like a human getting a blood transfusion from an orangutan. Again, this is infantile logic that the original Jurassic Park was above. Number 2, the premise. Even at its most fundamental level, this whole movie is a brainless idea. I already mentioned the Isla Sorna plot hole and how it nullifies all urgency in the goal of saving the dinosaurs, but it really frustrates me that that thought is even being entertained in the first place. Ian Malcolm is absolutely right. The Jurassic Park dinosaurs are a mistake of humans that went too far, and we should let nature erase it. But no, our heroes are a group of idiots campaigning to preserve them for no adequate reason. This movie expects me to side with the people who are clearly wrong. And my pick for the number 1 stupidest moment is the ending. Oh, Christ! This ending was nothing short of rage-inducing. All the dinosaurs are boxed in, about to be killed by a gas leak, when Maisie, who I remind you is also a clone, presses the button that opens the outside gate, allowing them to escape from the mansion. That's right, one person takes it upon herself to open Pandora's box, releasing a ton of extremely dangerous animals into the human world, causing unimaginable destruction and chaos, and all because, as she puts it,
they're alive, like me.
Well, I think Chris Stuckman put it best. That'd be like if I released a whole prison full of psychotic murderers just because they're alive, like me. This decision made me so angry that I instantly wanted to throttle the imbecilic character, and the writers or whoever decided this was a good idea. Normally, I would have loved the notion of the Jurassic Park dinosaurs running free on the mainland, but now I'm outraged by what brought the story to that point. It's all because one really stupid person did one really stupid thing for a really stupid reason. Therefore, the ending is the main reason why I left the cinema simply furious. And even now, I just keep getting angrier the more I look back on it. God, what a bad movie! If you liked it, more power to you, but hopefully now you understand why I can't agree with you. As a Jurassic Park fan, I'm so disgusted, I feel so betrayed that this is my Kingdom of the Crystal Skull or The Last Jedi. I mean, personally, I love The Last Jedi, and I think Crystal Skull is just mediocre, but a lot of people hated them because they felt they did a disservice to their respective franchises. This is my equivalent of that. Jurassic Park is still one of my all-time favorite movies, top 5 easily. Honestly, I don't like any of the sequels. I still have a soft spot for The Lost World, but I acknowledge that it's not a good movie. But this is their absolute lowest point. This one is an abomination.